Shannon Sharpe, have you guys seen this, has been hit with a $50 million sexual assault lawsuit. Now, always on these suits, I say, okay, he deserves the right to defend himself. Let me tell you this. I have never been a big Shannon Sharpe defender. I don't know that I've ever defended him on anything on this show before. On Friday, news breaks that he's going to be getting a $100 million deal, that there are multiple companies out there that are potentially going to sign him to a $100 million deal. On Monday morning, a lawsuit seeking $50 million in damages comes out. I'm sorry. That feels awfully intentional to me. Friday, $100 million contract potentially out there for Shannon Sharpe on his podcast network and beyond. Monday morning, suddenly he gets sued for $50 million. It feels like a direct money grab to me. And so I think that Shannon Sharpe deserves the benefit of the doubt on this particular allegation. Again, $100 million payday reported on Friday. On Monday, $50 million lawsuit. I don't think you need to be a genius to say, boy, that timing is interesting. And if you knew the contract was coming up, then why wait until, hey, we've got a positive result on this? I just say the coincidence here feels a bit much to me. Shannon Sharpe shared a video where he said that this was occurring because of racism, and that Tony Busby, the plaintiff's lawyer, was targeting him as he had targeted prior black athletes and celebrities. I don't think that's likely. I don't think it's race-based targeting, personally. I don't think that Tony Busby cares what race you are. I think he's a plaintiff's lawyer, and he's going to go after people who have money to pay him, and that's typically rich people. Whether you're Deshaun Watson or back in the day you were Ben Roethlisberger, or whether you're Shannon Sharpe. I understand why Shannon Sharpe would try to play the race card, because I think it probably works well with his audience, which I would guess is probably 75%, 80% black. Nothing wrong with that. And I defended Shannon Sharpe yesterday because I'm trying to be fair here. When news comes out that you're potentially going to make $100 million and on Friday, and then on Monday you get sued for $50 million, it's hard for me to believe those things are not connected. That is, somebody sees you're about to be fabulously wealthy, and they decide that they need a share of it. And to be fair, some of these texts, and I'm going to read them, and if you're listening or watching and you got kids around, you might want to say, hey, Clay's getting a little bit aggressive here, but I want to share them with you because I think it's important for you to see the evidence. So Shannon Sharpe says he's being extorted, and he shared these, as she says, in a video that he, or in a lawsuit, that he sexually assaulted her, that he treated her poorly. There's an audio clip out where he threatens to choke her. And Shannon Sharpe said in his statement that he expected for there to be a sex tape video released, 30 seconds long, and he said, I want you to release the full 10 minutes. Evidently, this girl is an OnlyFans model as well. Let me just say here, don't let an OnlyFans model record you having sex with her, no matter who you are out there, all right? Even if you're not fabulously wealthy like Shannon Sharpe, I wouldn't let an OnlyFans model record me taking the trash out at my house, because I would totally expect that the OnlyFans model at some point might try to extort me with any video that she had for me under the sun, okay? No offense to OnlyFans models. I'm sure many of you have hearts of gold. But when I think, you know who's really trustworthy when it comes to having sex tapes? OnlyFans models is not at the top of my list, all right? So Shannon Sharpe says in this statement, hey, I don't even have the video. So you just let an OnlyFans model take a video of you having sex with her, and you don't have a copy of it? That seems like a really bad idea on its first, on the front-facing aspect here. But Shannon Sharpe shared alleged text messages from the woman that is suing him, he claims. And these are among the text messages that she sent, and they are graphic. And again, cover the ears of the young, all right? Here is what he says she sent to him, among other things. Now, to be fair, these are texts taken out of context. In other words, we don't see the whole text exchange. He says she sent him on October 7th, 2023, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me." On January 1, 2025, he says she sent to him, "I know you miss this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek." $50K for the total ass, if you're not great with math, seems high. I'm not gonna lie, $50K for ass seems a little high. She also said, according to him, "I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you." This is January 12th, November 23rd, 2023, just in time for Thanksgiving. If you're out there and you think to yourself, you know what, I'm not sure that true love still exists, I would submit to you, "I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you" is quite romantic. There's also a wide range of activity going on there. I'm not sure that I see those connected very often. I don't know how often somebody says, "Hey, I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you." "I want to put my tongue in your asshole," I bet in the history of text, is not followed very often by "and then marry you." You know when you have like the autofill on the text? I don't think when it starts off, "I want to put my tongue in your asshole," that it automatically then fills in "and then marry you." I don't think that would be the text correct likelihood here. He also said that she said, "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me." That is, I think she wants him to do things to her after she puts the baby gravy in. "That's my daddy. Fuck." No commas, by the way. Very hard to follow here. "That's my is a comma too much to ask for?" "That's my daddy. Fuck." It should be a comma there. "That's my daddy, comma. Fuck." I think a comma should be there as well. "I want you to put a big black baby in me." This is a text in August of 2024. "You better crave it." Should be a comma here, I think. "'Cause you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." Now, I don't know about you, but this doesn't sound like a great love affair. And the person who would send those texts does not sound like somebody who is lacking in consensual sexual activity. Now, to be fair to her, she says, I think in the complaint, you can consent 99 times, but the 100th time, if you don't, it can be rape, and that is true. But I don't understand how this case is playing out now, okay? Shannon Sharpe says he's being extorted. Okay, I can buy that. Rich guys throughout history, usually guys, could be women too, can be extorted for their wealth. But how does this make sense? As soon as the audio recordings and the video recordings are out, the damage is done. I guess you could go to trial and try to get a judgment, but once you release the audio and or video recordings, there is no more extortion because the extortion attempt is predicated on, unless you pay me Y, then I'm going to release Z. Once you don't get the payment and once you release the damning material in theory, then there is no opportunity to extort in any way. And I'll give you an example about this. If Shannon Sharpe had come out first, I would understand that sort of predisposition, because that happened. Do you remember back in the day with David Letterman? David Letterman came out years ago. It's probably been, 10 or 15 years ago. And as part of his opening monologue on his show, he basically called bluff. He said, hey, there's someone that's trying to extort me. I had a relationship with them, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember all the details, but the person went to, used to be a writer on the show. I think it was her ex-husband or boyfriend or somebody out there that was trying to extort David Letterman. I think he notified authorities, and that person ended up being charged with criminal offenses. Adam, look that up because I'm just remembering it off the top of my head. The reason why I'm giving that to you as an example is if someone ever threatens to extort you, the way to take away the power from any extortion is to just publicly address the incident beforehand, right? That didn't happen here. The lawsuit was filed, and now we have different evidence supporting the lawsuit that is all coming out, which in theory would destroy any reason for this lawsuit to be settled in any way. In other words, once the negative acts are out there, I don't understand how procedural posture-wise we have any kind of solution that makes sense going forward. But I'm trying to be fair here and share the details. I don't know that very many people are going to talk about this other than me in all of sports media, because obviously you can't really talk about it if you're employed at ESPN. I think a lot of people who are connected to Shannon Sharpe in the podcast world are not going to talk about it. That makes sense as well. I don't have any connection to anybody in this story at all, so I am merely talking with you about the story as I see it. And again, I am skeptical. I think it's fair to put me in the skeptical camp. When news comes out on Friday that you're in line for a $100 million payday, and then on Monday you get sued for $50 million, I don't think you have to be brilliant for a light bulb to go on and be like, oh, that's interesting. So the decision was made to go after big money right after it comes out that you may be making big money. Again, it doesn't seem crazy to me to tie those together.